Hi everyone, I've been asked by a customer to install a kill switch into this guitar. If you're watching this video, you probably know what a kill switch is, but for those who don't, it's a switch that you press and it cuts the sound of the guitar for effect. A lot of guitarists have used them over the years, maybe most famously Eddie Van Halen, and he used a kill switch similar to what we're going to be using today. It's a switch from Australian Luthier Supplies with a red button, and when you press that button, it cuts the sound of the guitar. So we're going to be doing some drilling, fitting the switch, and then doing some soldering to get that one working. We're going to install the switch where I've drawn an X on the front of the guitar. You can fit a kill switch anywhere you like, as long as there's room in the cavity inside the guitar. So let's get drilling. I've got two drill bits here. I've got a 16mm auger bit, which is the right size to fit the thread of the kill switch. And I've got a 3mm drill for a pilot hole. 3mm is quite a big pilot hole, but the reason we use that is so that the threaded part of the auger bit doesn't have much purchase when it's going through that hole. And we can control how much pressure we put on the drill and not have the auger bit take off and pull a big chunk out of the front of the guitar. So I'll drill right in the middle of that cross, straight through. So I'm going to switch over to the bigger 16mm drill bit. I'm going to drill a little bit from the inside just to score the timber on the inside of the guitar, and then drill all the way from the outside right through the guitar. So I'll pull these wires well out of the way, get that tip into the existing pilot hole, and very slowly drill in just so it scores the wood there. And then we'll do the same thing from the front, just carefully screwing down. It's important to keep the drill very vertical while you're doing this too. Very slowly, just till you score the finish, and then put a little bit of pressure. You don't want it to chip as it goes through. A little faster. I'm actually going to put something under the guitar so when the drill goes through it, it doesn't hit the mat and wreck that. That's quite a hole. So we can fit the switch now. Fitting the switch is actually really easy. You just unscrew this flange, take off the washer, and then the switch fits directly through that hole, and we'll screw that flange back from the inside. So that's a perfect fit. And then fit that washer back from this side and screw the flange back on. It's a little bit awkward getting in there because the cavity is quite confined, but that's screwing on now. Just do it up finger tight, and that's installed. So we just need to do some soldering now. I've printed this diagram out off the Australian Luthier Supplies website, which shows us which wires to hook up to which lugs on the switch. So you just need to hook up the live of the jack to this lug and the ground of the jack or any ground to this lug, as is indicated there. So we'll be finding out where to hook them up. But don't worry, this isn't going to be on the exam. You need to hook up two of the lugs of the kill switch to the two prongs of the jack. Rather than trying to hook it up directly to the jack, which is sort of buried back here, it's going to be easier to hook it up to the other end of the wires that come off the jack, and they're attached to this pot here. So we'll hook up the ground to the back of this pot and the live lug of the kill switch to this lug here, which is the other wire that comes from the jack. So I'm just going to solder these two wires onto the kill switch, just normal soldering technique using our Australian Luthier Supplies solder here. Just want a nice amount of that on there. You should see a shiny kind of patina to the solder. And that's perfect. Next I'll snip these two wires off, allowing a little bit of extra slack there, so I'll snip them off there. The great thing about this pushback wire is you don't have to strip it, so once you cut them off, you just pull back the insulation and it leaves a bit of wire there that you can solder to the pot. I've got the white wire in place. I haven't put that through the hole in the pot because it's already got a wire in that hole. It's easier to just piggyback it on the top of the other wire. I've used this alligator clip here to hold the two wires together while I solder. So again, just add the solder until there's plenty on there and it goes nice and shiny. Give it a couple of seconds and then take the soldering iron off and let it cool down. Finally, I'm going to solder the black wire to the back of the pot. I've turned up the soldering iron a bit to do this. There's so much metal in a pot, you're better off having it hotter because it's going to suck out a lot of the heat from the soldering iron tip, and it's going to be really difficult to get the solder to go liquid otherwise. So that's looking really good, a nice liquid blob of solder, and that's done. So there we go, a kill switch fitted to this guitar. While it might not make you play like Eddie Van Halen, it's a good way to add some extra effects to your guitar playing. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button or subscribe to our channel. It really helps us keep growing and making more videos like this one. I'll see you guys again next time.